Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for the collective. Hi, collective. Welcome back. Okay, so the first card out, collective, we have is the Nine of Swords energy. So I'm seeing stress, anxiety issues. It might be because of lack of money, but let's keep going. Something unstable. Okay. This could be about a relationship, collective. A very one-sided relationship. All right, let's dig deeper. Let's see what else we get for the collective, Spirit. This is for all signs, okay? So far, I see Capricorn coming out. I see Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm seeing Taurus, Aries energy. I'm seeing Capricorn energy. No, too many. Oh, goodness, we'll be here forever. Okay. I'll take it. Okay. So this could be like an imbalance in your life, possibly an imbalance in a relationship. But I see somebody who is very determined to get something done. Somebody is very determined to get their way. Okay. I don't know if all this is going to be able to fit in the screen, but we also have these in the end. Okay. So I'm going to put those down here. Let's do some verifying. Spirit, what is going on here for the collective? Tell me more about the Nine of Swords. What is going on with the Nine of Swords energy? I'm hearing is something that's making you stronger. Okay, so stress and anxiety that's going to make you stronger. It's going to end up being the foundation of something that you're about to do. Okay. Somebody might be suffering from insomnia. I'm hearing that one of you is being forced to take a rest. And it might be something that you don't want to do, but you're having to do it anyways. It might be because of a disruptive event that happened in your life that's causing you to be forced to take this period of rest and you don't want it. I'm also hearing that somebody is suffering from insomnia. I'm also hearing that you're going to have to face some kind of challenge because there seems to be some kind of unexpected event that's going to require you to have to adapt quickly. Something's gonna have it's gonna force you to like change your routine. Okay, it's more like that kind of energy. Like you're gonna be forced to change your routine, and you're gonna have to be able to adapt. Like be on your feet, jump on your feet quickly. So somebody might be overcoming some kind of illness here. Okay, so that might be confirmation for somebody. You need to take the time out to get ready for this, or get your mental ready for this kind of event where you're just gonna have to be on your feet. You're gonna have to be able to adapt quickly to changes that are going on. um I'm also hearing that you're gonna have to release control here in order to win. Like you're gonna have to like release some kind of control to get the victory that you want. Okay, like I'm also hearing there's gonna be a shift in something in your world. Like I said earlier, there's a change, right? But I'm seeing there's going to be a huge shift coming towards you, where you're going to have to like possibly be forced to share something that you don't really want to share. It could be also indicative of like something that you had to overcome, something that you weren't expecting to have to share, right? So it's something that you might have to share with the whole community. So it's like I'm hearing like you might have to speak up here and like speak up for yourself in front of the community. So it might be something that you're feeling is going to be embarrassing, or people are gonna like judge you as far as like things being very one-sided. So you might feel like people are not going to understand where you're coming from. You might feel like you're not going to get anywhere by sharing this information. This could also be like you're just feeling like you know, if you share too much, People are just not going to understand how rough or how depleting something was for you. Okay, this could be like something that you endured, something terrible, a horrible event that left you unstable. Okay, so I'm hearing like somebody's doing some kind of recovering. Okay, and this is like more of confirmation. So you might be recovering from some kind of, I don't want, well, I want to say event because I don't want my reading to go down, but this is more of like you being attacked or something. Somebody is recovering from an attack and then being forced to have to talk about it. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's you, collective. This could be somebody that is around you that's coming through in your reading, like somebody that you might have to, maybe support or something. Okay. Something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you per se, but it could be somebody very close to you who is going through a very challenging time in their life where they had to take rest, and might have been in the hospital. Okay, like they had to take rest in the hospital and they didn't want to, but they were forced to because of unseen events here. And I'm also seeing here like this person might be having to go turn to the community, right, to ask for help, financial help. So it might be something that's like affecting this person financially because they've had to take rest. And I feel like this rest was more likely a doctor that said, hey, you need to take a rest here. You know, that kind of energy. Yes. Oh, my camera's doing something weird. Let me take it down and see what's going on here. Okay, I don't know what it was. It disappeared. Okay. I just want to make sure it's still recording because last time I was recording and guess what, guys? I wasn't recording. The camera had like completely stopped, but it's still recording. This outcry for help and asking for financial assistance could be something that this person's going to have to do online. This could be you. This could be a future reading. Okay, I hope it's not because this is terrible. Something terrible happened here. And then if this is your family member or something, it could be a family, it could be an ex. Okay, and this can also be you being online and happen to see that person and find out that that person, that because I see you in this charging energy. That's why I feel for one of you, it's not actually going to be you, but it's more going to be like you're going to be online and you're going to be like, oh my God, there is Joe. What happened to him? Like, oh my God, who did that to him? And you're going to be in this energy of like, you know, wanting to help or wanting to speak up on that person's behalf or something like that. Okay. Very determined to get something done. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. So it doesn't have to be necessarily you. So just remember that. Okay. As I go through this reading, just keep that in mind. This could just be somebody that's close to you or somebody that you were close to. Okay. Now, I do see you not being able to reach this person. Okay. For one of you, I do see it being an ex. Okay. And I see you not being able to reach that person. It's like you see where they are. You're like, oh my gosh, that person is in this other state. I need to get to them. I need to be able to reach them so I can help them, so I can speak to them, so I could talk to them about give them some kind of comfort, right? That's what I'm hearing. Like you're gonna be trying to rush to this person's side to help them out. Okay. Or you might want to, maybe you don't actually physically do it because of financial restrictions, okay? But you're going to want to reach out to that person because they've been harmed in some kind of way, okay? But I am seeing somebody having to take a long rest, possibly in the hospital because of an event, okay? Any more, Spirit? What is going on here? There it is. Yes, I'm seeing it's going to be financial restrictions. Like you're going to be restricted financially. You're not going to have the money to be able to go and be by that person's side. Okay. So I'm hearing like this is going to cause some kind of confusion for you. And you're going to be desperately like looking. I see somebody looking for the options. Like, what are my options? Do I take the bus or how do I get there? How do I do this? Right. I'm also seeing bad news. Okay. I'm also seeing bad news. I am seeing a union, so you are going to reach that person. Okay. So I'm hearing like if this is a person that you are rushing toward to go help them, I see a reunion between the two of you. I'm also seeing it being something that is going to be unexpected. Okay. So if this is you, God forbid, okay, if this is you where you're going to be in the hospital and you're going to have to make an outcry on social media for help or something like that, then it could be this person rushing to you that you don't see with that star energy in reverse. Okay. Or maybe you don't even want to see that person. Okay. And then you're just going to be like, oh my God, why is this person here? Like, what is this? What is this person here for? Right. But I do feel like because of the level of hopelessness that somebody's going to be feeling, that they are going to be open to seeing somebody familiar. Okay, so it is going to be something that somebody is going to appreciate. They're going to appreciate seeing that person being there with them. Okay, so it's not like something that's going to be not wanted. No, it's going to be something that's going to make somebody feel some level of comfort. Okay, because it just does. I don't know why it does, but it really does. So it's like the familiarity of somebody being there with you. It does bring comfort. Okay. Um, Unfortunately, it's weird because it's like one person is going to, if this is an ex, one person is going to have this energy of not willing to find a solution to the problems between the two of you, or wanting to find a resolution, between the two of you, right, to the situation or something like that. But one of you is going to be very open to it. Okay. So it might take time for the other party to open up to the situation, like open up to reuniting. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. So it's kind of like, why are you here kind of energy. But after a while, okay, so I'm getting the same energy again. Okay, so I'm hearing like there was never an ending between the two of you. Not really an ending. Collective spirit is saying to be very careful with trying to over help. Okay, especially in this kind of situation, especially when it comes to financial and emotional, of course. But be careful. Like if you rush out to go help somebody and be with them in their time of need, don't. Spirit is saying to be cautious. Like don't put yourself out there too much, right? Make sure that you are covering yourself. You're not putting yourself out financially at that time, okay? Because I am seeing somebody who is going to end up going to some form of huge financial problems. Okay. So, I mean, this actually could be this person because I'm seeing this person as doing an outcry for help. So it could be them going through a situation where they're going to lose their house. Okay. So, because of this situation, which unfortunately, this happens more often than we realize because it hardly ever makes social media. When things like this happen, we hardly ever hear about it, or we only hear about what happened, but we don't hear like how it impacts that person's life, what happens to them after the event. Okay. So collective spirit is saying to use your own discernment here, but of course, always use your own discernment, but don't let yourself get carried away with trying to over help to the point where you're the one that's going to lose your stability. Okay. Um, I know in the moment it's really easy to be like, okay, you know what? I'll just use my rent money and later on I'll just like put that money back and everything will be okay, or I'll just be a little late, everything will be okay. I'm hearing like you won't be able to catch up. Okay, like it's gonna end up being something that's going to end up lingering for like a really long time, something that's going to really throw you into the hole. Okay. um and you know what, I know I talk about this quite a bit, but I'm going to just say it. Preparing for things like this, unexpected things like, having groceries in the house, having enough toilet paper and things like that. This is why I keep talking about this on this channel or any of my channels, right? This is why I keep bringing it up, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you might be like going on your day, everything's wonderful, everything's good, you're on top of things, and then just one incident can totally change your life. Like this, what's going on in this reading, right? Where this person is like having to stay in the hospital for days and having to ask for help, financial help from the community online. Trust me, I feel like crying. But the thing is that if you at least have those things ready for when something like this happens, then the need that you have will be smaller, and you won't have to try so hard to get help. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll help you. So please, whatever you do, if this is a future reading, what is it that's gonna happen to this person? Like, why are they in the hospital? Let's find out. But please, whatever you do, just be ready, Always have a little money to the side. I say this, and it's the hardest thing to do, and I know. I always like, gotta have money on the side, gotta have money on the side. And I say it, because I'm hoping, at least by reminding you, that it will help you in some way. But I'm the same way. I mean, if you're not able to, I'm the same way. I have a really hard time. I literally have like, I don't know, $10. So I have a very hard time, but I push myself and I try really hard. So just to have that extra cash. It was definitely something traumatic. Okay. What happened to this person? Give me a second. I dropped a card. Okay, so I'm hearing like some kind of conflict. Okay. A fight broke out. So this person was attacked in a fight. Okay, there was some kind of fight. A fight broke out. It might have been about something really petty, something that didn't make any sense. Maybe there was some kind of disagreement with a group of people, and it seems like that person was attacked. Okay, so this person was like beat up. That's what I'm getting. This person was beat up, and it was bad, really bad. So this person, it affected them. It has affected them, I want to say, more physically than emotionally. So thank God, emotionally they seem to be okay, but physically, that's why they have to stay in the hospital so long, because physically it's going to be really bad. Okay, so they're going to need time to heal. So that's why they're asking for help, because physically they're not going to be able to work. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. This is your message. Somebody's going to end up in the hospital. I don't know who it is. I can't tell if it's you or somebody you know. For one of you, it's definitely going to be an ex, okay? Um, or something about an ex. So either you're the ex or they're the ex. Somebody's going to show up. So either it's going to be you showing up for your ex, or vice versa, right? I am seeing bad news coming in. So it's about that person's physical. Okay, so something about the physical help, or something about the physical. It might be something that's going to take longer to heal. It might mean that the person or somebody's going to have to go through like some kind of therapy, something that might be very costly. Okay, but guys, do remember what I'm telling you. Get prepared. Okay, this is why it's important to be prepared for things. Like have that little insurance, have some groceries in the house, toilet paper, pet food, whatever it is that you need, because you never know, especially nowadays, because people are acting really crazy. I mean, let's just be honest. People are acting crazy. People are going overboard. I mean, and sometimes the person doesn't even have to do anything, and people are getting attacked for like no reason. literally no reason, just for being there. Okay, so let's just be real. I mean, this could be any of us. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, this just literally could be any one of us that this could happen to anytime we just leave our home, and somebody's like, hey, you took our parking spot, or get out of that parking spot, we want that. I mean, any of this could happen to anybody, you know. And right now, people are just acting so crazy. So, right now would be a good time to just be prepared. Like I said, be ready. Um, because these readings, there's no timestamp on these readings. So, this could be like a future reading, a past reading, or something that you're going through right now. Okay. So, the thing is we never know who one of us, who it's going to be. It could be you, it could be me, it could be somebody else, it could be them, right? We don't know. So the whole point of being ready and prepared is imperative, especially right now, because there is no there's not a whole lot of social help. Okay, so it's not like we can depend on social organizations to come in and help us, because I've been hearing that people have been going to food pantries and they're coming back with very little. Like, it wasn't even worth it. I mean, I saw a video just the other day where the lady came back and she was like, she was there for hours and she came back with just a little box, like $12 or $13 worth of groceries. And she was there for hours. The gas to get there actually cost more. So it was like she should have just, basically, she said it was better if she just went and bought it herself instead of putting the gas in, because it was so little. Okay, now if it's this person and you're the person that's going to help this person, just keep that in mind. That's another reason why I'm bringing it up. Just keep that in mind, because we tend to think like, well, there's these organizations, they're out there to help these kind of people. Yes, there are organizations in place, but when the need is higher than the resource, there's an imbalance. Okay, so just keep that in mind also. Okay, but I'm not saying not, Spirit is not saying like not to help that person. That's not what I saw. It's just all the Spirit was saying is, don't let it get to the extreme where you're falling and you're like going under financially or with your stability. Okay. Anyways, collective, this is what I have. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. This was a surprising reading. But catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. And catch me in the next one, guys. Bye bye.